In today's video, we are going to make an indie folk song like Role Model, and it's gonna sound like this.
There she goes, walk away, high heels, black dress, not sorry, can't get close. All the walls are up so high, not tiny.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been some time since I last posted, but I've been working with some amazing artists and I cannot wait to share all the music that I've been working on with you guys. In today's video, we are going to make an indie folk song like Role Model, specifically the song Look at That Woman from his 2025 album Kansas Anymore, The Longest Goodbye. I can't wait to get straight into it, but before I do, there's just something that I want to tell you. I am a music producer and I do this full time. So if you are an artist and you vibe with any of the music that is up on my channel, be it this song that we are going to make today or any other previous videos that I've done before, and you're looking for somebody to help you with your music, I would love to jump on board and help you out. To get in touch with me, you'll find a quick form in the description below that you can fill and we can get started. And I can't wait to make some great music with you. With that, let's get straight into the video. So this is our project and I started with this acoustic guitar playing some chords. So the chord progression that I'm playing here is D major going into A sus4, going into C add 9, and then finally ending on the G major. This is the backbone of our entire song. We'll follow the same chord progression for the verse, for the chorus and everything. And I just double track the acoustic guitar, and instead of hard panning it to the left and right, I've just kept it in the center. One layer is being slightly panned to the left, about -15, and the other one stays in the center. So we get this fuller sound. I am adding a basic EQ to both the tracks and on the bus, because as I've mentioned before, I like to do the processing on my groups or my buses instead of doing it on individual channels. I'm starting off with an EQ, following it up with a compressor, the CLA76. I'm on extremely fast attack and slow release, just slightly touching it, not doing too much. I am adding a UAD LA2A compressor after that. Just to catch the peaks and not do a lot. Then I'm adding an EQ, taking down the lows up till 142 Hz, taking down some resonances and cleaning up the low mids. And finally, I'm adding a multiband compressor to take care of the extreme highs from about 3.4K to 13K. And finally, I'm sending it to my reverb bus, which has Valhalla Vintage Verb on it. Not changed anything in the settings. It is the default settings. And I am adding a low cut EQ. The next thing I added in this song is this melody. Let me take down the reverb. So initially this melody just came to my mind and I didn't want to lose it. So I played it down on the piano and kept it in the project. This was supposed to be a vocal melody that I would sing later on in the process, but I just ended up keeping it and I layered it up with one more sound, which sounds like this. So for this sound, I'm using Keyscape and I'm on the Duo Upright in a Sense preset. It sounds so beautiful and delicate along with the first layer. So once I had the acoustic guitar and this melody in place, I was pretty sure that this was going to be the intro, and very similar to the song Look at That Woman, I played this intro for about 8 bars. The next thing I added was this shaker. This is just the default Logic shaker. And then finally I added this electric guitar. So when I listened to the reference closely, I could hear two different guitars playing two different parts, which are hard pan to the left and the right. So that is what I try to do here. I am adding this first guitar layer, which sounds like this. For the sound, I am using Amplitude 5. This is my go-to plugin for all the guitar sounds that I need. And I am using the EJ Clean 1 preset. I've also taken down all the delay and reverb because I wanted it to be very, very dry. I am adding a compressor. Let me take down the other effects. -3 to -5 dB of gain reduction, following it up with the LA2A. Compressing it quite a lot so that it is prominent and in your face and very, very consistent. And finally, I'm adding this EQ. To make it sit well in the mix. Alright, with this layer down, I'm panning it to the left and I move on to the next layer, which is this guitar part. It was initially intended to be this whole part. But later on, I realized that it was clashing a lot with this electric guitar melody. I'll play it for you. Especially this note, which is not landing perfectly with this note from the pianos or the keys. So I just ended up muting it all and keeping just these two sections. And finally, I added this electric guitar filler. I love adding delays on guitar tones. So I'm using the thin rhythm preset, adding the LA2A and then cleaning it up with this EQ. And then I'm sending it to my reverb bus and I created a new delay bus for this, which is being sent to the Edge Delay plugin and -4.3 dB of it. For 8 bars, we have the intro and then we move on directly into the verse. Our verse sounds like this. So as you can hear, not a lot of elements, just the basic drums, the bass, the guitars, and I think that's all. I continued playing the shaker into this section, and it's the shaker and the acoustic guitar that is giving me that folksy vibe, and I just love it. I'm here for it. And I played in this drum pattern. Very simple. Layered it up with the shaker. I'm continuing my acoustic guitars into this section and I am only adding this bass line. Check it out. So for this sound, I'm using the T-Rex preset of Amplitude 5. I'm using this compressor on the bass to sidechain it with my kick, and I've brought down the attack to 0 milliseconds and brought down the release to about 29 milliseconds. Just glues the kick and the bass together very well. Then I'm adding this LA2A again. Just a touch of compression on it, and following it up with this Q3. So I realized that this specific frequency was bugging me a lot. I aggressively took it down minus 10.54 dB of it, which is a lot, but it ended up sounding really good after that. So this is all for the verse. It goes on it goes on for about 16 bars, and in the second half of the verse, once I'm done with the first 8 bars, I'm adding this guitar filler. It's just 2 notes being plugged. I forgot to tell you the drum kit that I'm using for this song. So I am on Logic's stock drum kit library. Into the producer kits, I went on and found this SoCal, I think that's how you say it, this SoCal preset library. I think I added this compressor, not doing anything to it. And yeah, I added this Firechild plugin, which I always do on my drum bus. I'm using the Glue01 preset. Let me make you hear it without this plugin. And with is just taking down some of the transients from the prominent elements like the snare and the kick to make everything feel glued together. Next, we move on to our chorus, and it's all the same except I'm adding these 4 layers, 2 of which are the previous pluck melodies that we added in the intro, and I'm bringing them back here. This new layer, which is an electric piano from Keyscape, the JD800 Crystal Dream Phase preset. It sounds like this. And I'm playing the same chords on another sound, which is a pad from Xenology, the PWM Soft Pad 3. So keys and pads, especially if they sound very dreamy and subtle like these layers, are an amazing way to fill out your soundscape. And if you ever come across a situation where you're adding your guitars, you're adding your drums, your bass, and still the song feels like it is lacking some depth, go for the keys, go for the pianos, go for the pads, but try to keep them subtle and not in your face. That will work wonders on your track. You wouldn't especially hear it in the mix, but it's just adding that depth when you listen to it closely. So in the chorus, I'm following this melody, the pluck melody, with an electric guitar. Played it exactly the same, and I'm also adding one more layer of some rhythm guitar. So all our guitars together sound like this. And that's pretty much it for the chorus. The last thing is I'm adding my electric guitar filler again in this section, and the chorus section goes on for again 16 bars, and we move on to the verse 2. So again, copying the same acoustic guitar chords into this section, and I'm keeping the electric piano. The bass and the drums and the shaker. Also, I'm entering this section on the offbeat, so I'm letting go of the downbeat and coming again on the second. And I'm leaving a gap of 2 bars at the end of this section. I'll explain why I'm doing that when we come to the vocals. So our second verse is only for about 8 bars. I wanted to keep it very short and then move on into the final chorus. And we are back again with all our elements. The only new thing that I'm adding here are these 2 layers. For this layer I'm using the twin stereo preset, and rest all is the same. Now it's time for us to move on to the vocals. So let me start with the verse vocals.
Fine sunset with the sand running through our fingernails. I think what a day.
So I double tracked the vocal and I kept both the layers in the center. So both these layers have auto tune and the LA76 compressor on them. The retune speed is at 52, humanize is at 10, flex tune 20, and I did not change the natural vibrato. The settings are the same for this layer as well. And in the group is where I am doing the processing. So I am starting with a compressor.
Fine sunset with the sand running through our fingernails. Fine sunset with the sand running through.
A de-esser. I realized the FabFilter Pro DS is not working for me, so I added a de-esser, which is the Waves de-esser.
Fine sunset.
One more EQ and followed by another EQ.
Fine sunset with the sand running through our finger.
And this same processing is being applied to the second verse. In the second verse though, I am taking down the double track layer for some time and then bringing it back. Next, let's take a look at the chorus vocals.
There she goes, walk away, high heels, black dress, not so.
As you can see, we have 4 layers over here. The reason why is that the lines were overlapping, so I needed to place the vocals on separate tracks so that the words do not get cut. And also I'm double tracking the whole section. Again, we have the same auto tune and 76 combination on each of the individual tracks. On the bus, I am adding a LA2A. Next is an EQ. Again, another EQ to take down the nasal frequency in my vocal.
There she goes, walk away, high heels, black dress, not so.
And ending it up with the de-esser. And that's all. I'm repeating this whole section again in the chorus too. And let's move on to this falsetto group.
My mind's rushing as I open my heart. I see the look on your face. You check.
Again, I am adding auto-tune on individual tracks. I'm starting the group processing with this EQ, boosting up the highs and taking down the lows to till about 200 Hz.
My mind's rushing.
Adding the LA2A.
My mind's rushing as I open my heart. I see the look on your face.
I love this plugin and I especially use it on almost every track to control the peaks and not essentially compress the whole layer, but it just takes care of the peaks for me. I'm adding another EQ
My mind's rushing.
to give me that bright frequency. This along with the vocals, the verse vocals sound like this.
My mind's rushing as I open my heart. I see the look on your face. You just smile.
So I wanted the first part of the first verse to be just the lead vocals, and in the second half, as we are bringing the electric guitar fillers and actually filling up the space, I wanted this falsetto layers to sing the whole section that the lead vocals are singing. And I continued the falsetto vocals into the chorus. This is what they sound like.
There she goes, walk away, high heels, black dress, not sorry.
It's just adding lots and lots of depth into the vocal section, and I just love it. So we move on to the second verse. Remember, I told you I added this 2-bar gap and I would explain it later. So here's the part. As we come towards the end of our verse,
It was you, but now you're gone for good. Yeah, you're gone for good.
I just simply wanted to emphasize on the "gone for good" lyric. To build it up even more, I am adding a couple of more layers,
But now you're gone for good. Yeah, you're gone for good.
a couple of shouts.
Gone for good, yeah, you gone for good. Gone for good, yeah, you gone for good.
And the second one.
Gone for good, yeah, you gone for good.
I didn't add any auto tune or tuning on this because I wanted them to sound essentially like shouts and not tuned vocals. Also, in the second verse, I'm starting off this harmony layer.
Found comfort in her, but it didn't last. I just wish it was you. But now you're gone for good, yeah, you gone for good.
Just played around with the arrangement and it ended up sounding good. And then finally we come into our final chorus. We have the exact same chorus vocal stack, the falsetto layer, and I am adding this harmony layer.
There she goes, walk away, high heels, black dress, not sorry.
So what I'm doing on the individual tracks is auto tune, some Q3 to take down the lows, and on the group I am simply adding an EQ and sending it to my reverb bus. And finally, just like our reference, Look at That Woman, the intro starts with a couple of vocal pieces drenched in reverb, and that's what I did here. I took the first few words of the chorus from the falsetto layer, which is the "There she goes" line.
There she goes.
I brought it here, bounce these two tracks in place, and I got this. Added some EQ to take down the lows and cut down the highs till about 10k, and added Valhalla Vintage Verb on it. 54% rest all is the same. I brought up the low cut to about 500 Hz, and this is how our intro starts. Let's take a listen. And that's all for the production breakdown of this project. I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. It was a very simple project and a short one, just like the other ones I've done on my channel before. I just wanted to show you that with minimal layers and good quality sound selection, you can make some great sounding music. You don't need a bunch of fancy plugins. You can get away with just using a handful of them, but you need to make sure that you know your plugins in and out. So with that, we come towards the end of this video. Again, if you're an artist and you vibe with the music that is up on my channel and you're looking for somebody to help you with your music, I would love to jump on board and help you out. You'll find a quick form in the description below that you can fill and I can get in touch with you. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping in a like. Share your thoughts on the track that we created in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon in the next one.
With the sand running through our fingernails, I think, what a day to tell you all the things that I want to say. My mind's rushing as I open my heart. I see the look on your face. You just smile, hit the brakes, say thank you for being a good friend. There she goes, walk away, high heels, black dress, not sorry. Can't get close, all the walls are up so high and tiny. There she goes, lift my heart out on her hand like a trophy. There she goes, breaking my heart. I lost my path, found comfort in her, but it didn't last. I just wish it was you. But now you're gone for good, yeah, you're gone for good. There she goes, walk away, high heels, black dress, not sorry.